Good morning and welcome to another edition of the Daily Fix. I am your usual host, Advocate Tulo Hoyane. This morning I am bringing you a double-barreled edition of the Daily Fix. What is a double-barreled edition? A double-barreled edition is simply an edition that looks at two issues in one edition. The first issue that I would like to address today is the issue of Mthobisi Mncube and his application to be removed from CMAX prison in Pretoria, what is now known as Hoshi Mampuru. In our days, we used to know it as CMAX. It is now known as Hoshi Mampuru. The second issue will be around the application by Nandipha Magudumana, Thabo Besta's partner, challenging her deportation or extradition to South Africa, depending on how you look at it, and the implications around that particular matter. Now, let us start with Mncube's court application. Mncube, just to recap, is the third accused in the Senzo trial. Mncube is allegedly also, in addition to that, the person suspected to have actually shot Senzo on that fateful day. So Mncube has, for the last 4 years, been incarcerated at CMAX or Hoshi Mampuru in Pretoria, and he brought this application to say, well, the conditions under which I'm incarcerated, will not make it possible for me to launch a proper legal defense. I cannot consult with my lawyers. I cannot even tell whether it is day or night, and so on and so forth. In other words, he wanted to be changed from that solitary confinement situation to some other, softer, if you can call it softer, to some other softer or easier detention center. Now, what is ironic about the whole thing is it comes at a time when, there are startling revelations in court. On the one hand, we see this alleged trigger man, trigger puller, getting justice from the courts. On the other hand, we are seeing the Senzo trial stall from, one hurdle to another. Now, how did the court decide this Mncube application? The court agreed with Mncube that he had been over-detained at the Hoshi Mampuru prison in Pretoria, and granted him his release and ordered that he must be detained at some other facility other than a facility like Hoshi Mampuru. So he has been successful. When I saw him smile in court and when he got those news, I said to myself, hey, I wonder what it looks like to the Meiwa family when they see, somebody like Mncube being treated the way Mncube is being treated. Because at the end of the day, I've always said to myself, what is justice all about? What is justice all about? Because, correctional centers or prisons were made to punish people and deserving people. Mncube, nobody is saying that Mncube has been found guilty. But there is a strong prima facie case in law. There's a strong case that Mncube was one way or another involved in the murder of Senzo as the trigger puller. In the last episode, we addressed the issue of who's the mastermind behind it, and Gininda has told us that the mastermind behind it was Kelly Kumar. Now, look at it from the perspective of the Meiwa family. 10 years down the line, they are not seeing any justice coming their way for, to identify who murdered Senzo Meiwa. And on the other hand, you find, the alleged killer or killers, applying to court to ease their detention, so to speak. But let me stick out my neck and say prisons are not holiday resorts. Uh, that release from Hoshimamburu, in my view, should never have happened. Because you have got to balance two things here. You have got to balance the interest of Mncube and all the allegations he makes about, the unsuitability of that place of detention, and also then the interests of the relatives of Senzo Meyiwa. The relatives of Senzo Meyiwa want vengeance. They want retribution. They want those, responsible for the death of Senzo Meyiwa to be treated in the harshest manner possible. And there you have it. Mncube has been released because the judge, among other things, the judge said, detaining him there would do irreparable harm, to his health. I don't know where the judge got all that. I mean, judges are not doctors. How do you make that determination that, his continued detention there will cause irreparable harm to him? I do not know. But there you have it. Justice for the suspect, and still no justice for Senzo Meyiwa. Let us move on to the second, leg of our discussion with you this morning. Let us look at the Nandipha Magudumana application. Nandipha Magudumana is involved in a futile exercise to try and challenge her extradition from Tanzania. Even if she was to succeed, let us say she succeeds. Even if she was to succeed, I mean, the South African Police Service would simply rearrest her. So I really see this as a nonsensical court application, because even if she succeeds, it will be a Pyrrhic victory. As soon as she gets released, the SAPS will be on her. And I don't think that any right-thinking court would grant such a release, because, these two people, Thabo Best and Nandipha Magudumana, were known to be in flight running away from South Africa. Now, when they were arrested in Tanzania, it was clear that they were, escaping from the law in South Africa. How then does any judge simply just release Nandipha Magudumana? And where is he going to be released? Is he going to be released in South Africa, or is he going to be released in Tanzania? Chances are she'll be released in South Africa, and all the police have to do is to pick her up as soon as she leaves that courtroom. So it's a futile exercise. It's really a futile exercise. What we want to see justice in this matter, because, Nandipha Magudumana and Thabo Best are involved in very gruesome crimes. This side show about extraditions and all the rest of it is really a waste of time for everybody. Thank you for watching this video. Just please give me your comments and let me know what you think around the release of, not the release actually, the moving of Mncube away from, Hoshimamburu to some other facility which is, not as undesirable according to him as Hoshimamburu, and this issue around Nandipha Magudumana's court application. Let me round up by saying I'm very pleased with the views that I'm seeing. Everything is very encouraging. The subscriptions are flowing in. I always say, please keep up the good work, and I'll bring you the best of the best news analysis from around South Africa. Thank you very much for watching, and have a nice day. And please subscribe.